Let's move. Let's march. The dog has successfully pooped. And now it's time for this team to shit the bed. We have our team set up and ready to go with the exception of the team schemes and stuff like that. So let's get to that really, really quickly. How well does Shepard need to do to steal the job from Slater? I mean, well, but at the same time, we can treat it on a, you know, on a per game basis. But I do think I kind of agree with Crash. The bar is pretty low. The bar is pretty low for him to take over. What type of player is Shepard, by the way? He's a strong arm. Okay. He is a strong arm. Now, I do need to find out if I want our schemes to be the best scheme fit or what might fit this team the best. And honestly, based off of the performance from last year, I think it needs to be what fits the team the best. Because having a great scheme fit last year didn't mean a goddamn thing, did it? Although you could argue that might have been the playbooks. Or just bad luck. Or just shit players. I mean, there's a lot of different ways to view it. But if we wanted to maximize scheme fit, it would still be the West Coast zone run. If we wanted to maximize quarterback, it would be vertical zone run or vertical power run. Vertical power run makes a lot of sense based on our running back. Now, obviously, in terms of scheme fit, it's not great, but that does line up with Shepard at quarterback, which is big. It also lines up with Walton at running back. So we might go with that. And then our defense previously was a 3-4 under at a 95% scheme fit. I mean, there is the question, like, we have the depth to run both. We do have, I mean, we have a damn good defense no matter what. I mean, we can run a 4-3 or a 3-4. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Honestly, a Tampa 2 wouldn't be the worst either because of our middle linebackers. That's a tough call. I don't really think we need... I think, honestly, a base 3-4 might be the way to go. I think it might be. 3-4 Storm's not that bad either. 3-4 under works too, but honestly, I'm thinking base 3-4. Although attacking linebackers isn't exactly our strategy. Franchise Gamer, what's going on? Also, let's try the disguise 3-4 to start the year. We're going to want a playbook built upon the vertical power run. Multiple power run scheme for the Chargers playbook. Franchise Gamer, thank you for the follow as well. Throwing screens and short passes may not be the worst option in the world, to be honest. Power run West Coast. Power run West Coast again. I mean, just how much do we want to put the ball into the hands of this quarterback? You know, because if we were to run something like the Chargers playbook, I mean, not to say, obviously, I mean, they have Justin Herbert. They still throw the ball deep, but we have options. We do have options. Let me double check this new quarterback's numbers here. Let me see. Let me see. I mean, franchise. That honestly, your name might as well be mine because that's what we do around here. All right. Oh, he's not chill. Crash. Give him time. Give him time to figure that out for his, for himself. 96 throw power, The accuracy is terrible, but he does have a cannon for an arm. 96 throw power. His best accuracy is his deep accuracy or his short. And he has to be our starter this year, at least to kick off the season. What do we think? In terms of a playbook. Basically a Hail Mary only challenge, right? Oh, man. What do we got here? Zone run, multiple power run scheme. Power run for a pass. Honestly, the Buffalo playbook might not be the worst. Might not be the worst. Houston's might honestly be pretty good for us. Let's see what we got. The old Ron Rivera playbook. I mean, it's kind of in the same category as Buffalo. We're looking at Houston. We're looking at Baltimore. I wouldn't run Baltimore because, I mean, our quarterback's not completely immobile. But at the same time, he's not ideal. The New England playbook wouldn't be the worst either. Carolina with Frank Reich. Also, fuck you, Baltimore, right? Green Bay. Detroit's kind of the in-between. It's just how much do we want to put the ball in this guy's hands to try and air it out? That's the question, because a lot of these playbooks are built around throwing the ball deep, and our guy has a cannon, but man, does he have the accuracy? Or do we want him to kind of throw it mid-level or even short a little bit more often? There are a lot of playbooks that would involve throwing the ball deep. A lot of them, actually. Okay. You know, let's say hi to the Kansas City playbook. Why not? Why not? And then I need a primary 3-4. I hate that other one. Atlanta's not bad. Atlanta's not bad. Let's go with the Atlanta. So different playbooks, different schemes that aren't necessarily the ones with the best percentage fit. But we're in a position where, yeah, why not try some different things, you know? Why not? Let's see where we're at, what we have going on. The one thing that I haven't checked, as we have obviously some things to set up here before we get into week one. What is the situation with Josh Allen's contract? Linebacker, Josh Allen, of course. He's got this year and next. That's not bad. That's not bad. We have about $22 million of a cap penalty this year, which isn't that bad. So yeah, Josh Allen, we can keep him for this year and then move on from him next if we're still not looking like a good team, or move on from him at the draft, which could be good. Our season goal, we learned from last year when I thought it could be 7. We are staying right back in the magical land of 4 wins. That is clearly our sweet spot. We will generate the draft class. Stubbs, what's going on? How are you? Good to see you. Okay. Couple of quarterbacks at the top. Couple of QBs at the top. And right now, Zach Henry out of USC, a wide receiver, is the #1 prospect, apparently. You can't stand out. We know this is going to be one Corbin Williams for the second year in a row. Well, Stubbs, you know. All right, Corbin. Dusty. I mean, it's a hell of a line. Thank you for the 1 year, by the way. The 1 year. You'll love to see it. I'd ask how you are, but I kind of know by the quote. So 2 combined sacks or tackles for loss, and then if he gets it, he'll need 3 the next time. So we kind of know how this works. The opening day keys. Oh boy. Will he injure his chest again? Yeah, that's the big question. The opening day keys. We need a stifling defense, let's be honest. Let us stuff the run. Stuff the turkey. We do want that more defensively focused game plan. Rookie QB1. A complete accident that we're in this situation, but here we are. What am I expecting? No expectations. 1,000 XP. Look, I'm not expecting a damn thing. Hey, coach, thanks for the confidence. We do have to hire and assign scouts, so this always takes a little bit, but it's worth it. Again, this is where our really strong start in terms of scouting always finds itself. So in terms of quarterbacks, we have the Northeast with 3 guys who could be drafted, including top 5 Doug Phillips. The Southeast has 2 quarterbacks. Central has 0. And the West has 5. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. Running back wise, the Northeast has 5. So 5 in the Northeast. Southeast has 3. So not a great number for them there. Central with 4. And the West with 3. Good to know. Obviously, fullback-wise, we don't have to scout right now. Wide receivers. In the Northeast, we have 5, 6, 7 wide receivers from the Northeast. The, Southeast has 5, 6 in general. It's not bad. Could be a good year for receivers, finally. The Central has 4. And the West has 10. So a great year for Western wide receivers. The Northeast, in terms of tight ends, again, not a huge position for us, but they have 1. Oh my God, please. The Southeast has 6. The Central only has 2. So again, right now what we are doing is seeing each region's strongest position in terms of quantity, and then from there we try to find the quality. So in terms of offensive tackles out of New England, it's not looking good. 3. Out of the Southeast, we have 1. 8 from the Southeast for offensive tackles. Central, we have 2. 2 from the Central. Not a good year for the O-line from the looks of it. And then in the West is 3. Not a good year for offensive tackles. And then the interior offensive line options. We have 1, 2, 3 out of the Northeast. Brutal. Southeast has 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, not a great year for the offensive line. Central has 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the strongest so far. And then the West, 2, 3 in the West. Defensive line. Defensive end. So the Northeast has 2. Good thing we don't really need defensive ends either. Southeast has 3. 8 in total for the Southeast. Was there a Bayless? I missed him. In the Central, we have 4. And in the West, start off with 3. So, not great. Defensive tackle. What we got for defensive tackle? We got 4 in the Northeast. Whoops. Wrong button. That's actually the West, excuse me. Just realized I didn't sort it the right way. The Northeast is 5. Southeast is 4. And then Central is also 4. So not a huge year in terms of abundance for defensive tackles. Linebackers start off with 4. 8 outside linebackers in the New England region, aka the Northeast. The Southeast is 2. 6. 6 in the Southeast. The Central, oh boy, might not be a good year for linebackers either. There's only 3 in the Central, and then the West, there's only 4. What about middle linebackers? 2 in the Northeast, so maybe not a good year for middle linebackers either. And then in the Central, there's 3, and of course we already saw in the West that there were none. Corners. What do we got for corners here? In the Northeast, only 3. Jesus, again, it's a good thing we got our corners last year. Southeast, all right, good options in the Southeast. There's 8, which is good. The Central only has 3 corners that are projected to be drafted. And in the West, there's 5 that are projected to be drafted. And what about safety? Is it possible to get generational punters? I don't know. I hope so. Let's see. We got 3 Northeast safeties. What about in the Southeast? 6 in the Southeast. In the Central, there is 6. And in the West, there's 7. It's another position, a strong position there for the West. So now we know, of course, each team's strength or each region's strength. We have to go to our scouts. Fire them as we do. And we'll see if certain people come back again. Like Deion Sanders has been here the last 2 years. So, the West, the strong suit in the West is wide receiver with 10, safeties with 7, and then quarterback and corner each has 5. So those are the 3 strong suits for the West. Let's see what we have here for the Central. So the Central's strong suits with 6. So again, West had 10 wideouts for their strong suit. The Central strong suit is safety with 6, which is not amazing. And then 5 interior offensive linemen. The Central is going to be terrible for us this year. Absolutely terrible. There isn't going to be anything there for us. Man, that's kind of rough. And then it's running back / defensive end / defensive tackle with 4. Yeah, the Central region for us this year is going to be... I would imagine pretty bad.
I'm just trying to walk through this fucking grass.
Twisted Badger. Hell of a name. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome in. We take franchise mode way too seriously around here. In the Southeast, we have defensive end and corners, 8 each, which is great.
I'm just trying to walk through this fucking grass.
And EWG, thank you for the follow as well. Wow, there's actually... Southeast is stacked this year in terms of projected to be drafted talents. Absolutely stacked. Wow. All right, so expect the Southeast to have a good year for us. And then the Northeast, our final one here. We have 8 outside linebackers. That seems to be their strong suit. Let's see, we also have 7 wide receivers. And then 5 running backs, defensive tackles, and safeties. All right, so we know what we have to target here. The most common position that we see listed is wide receiver in terms of the amount of projected to be drafted players. If we sort by position, it is wide receiver that takes this easily. And then second to that has to be safety. So if there's a 3-star scout that has wide receiver and safety, we are laughing to the bank. But it doesn't look like that exists. Okay, it's safety, wide receiver, which isn't great. Ideally, it would be reversed. But Ted Wilkerson will be our national scout. That still works out pretty damn well, so welcome in Ted as our new national scout. For a 2-star scout, it's got to be the West that gets it. We need a 2-star wide receiver and ideally safety scout. So there's wide receiver, tight end, wide receiver, quarterback isn't bad. Wide receiver, quarterback as well. Larry Fitzgerald! There we go. All right, we will bring in Fitzgerald back into the fold. He'll be our Western scout to look for a new wide receiver. I like it. Welcome back, Larry. In the Central, then, we need a safety and an interior offensive line, if that is possible. I fucking doubt it. But we will look. Safety and interior offensive line. Fidal, I am aware. We had a lot of 100% information last year because we had that set up. Yeah, safety and interior offensive line, at least with safety as the primary, is not going to happen. Again, the interior isn't as important. So we'll probably move on outside of interior offensive line. So that means we need a safety with either running back or a defensive lineman. Do we have that? Safety with running back or a defensive lineman. It doesn't look like it exists either. Damn. We're not getting too lucky with the scouts here. Unfortunately. Alright, we're not going to have picture-perfect scouting like we wanted in the Central. But that is okay. So this Curtis Caldwell. I was wanting to see if there was a familiar name that would be fun to sign, but not really. Let's just go for this guy then. McElroy. So we got McElroy for the Central. Southeast, I need defensive end and corner. Defensive end and corner. Does that combination exist? Does that combination exist? Shit. Doesn't look like it. I don't think it exists. Defensive end and corner. We weren't so lucky. I would say we need a corner, another really solid corner more than the defensive end. Although secondary position, safety, outside linebacker. Damn, there's a lot we could actually bring in here for this position. And defensive end or corner. Defensive end, offensive tackle doesn't make sense. Defensive end and DT doesn't make sense. Defensive end and running back doesn't make sense. Corner and middle linebacker doesn't make sense. Defensive and interior offensive line doesn't make sense. We're not getting very lucky here with the scouting this year. I wish we were, but it's not happening. This one, again, doesn't make too much sense. It's okay. Corner tight end does make sense. Chloe Ray? Chloe Ray. He'll be our Southeast scout. Yeah, we had the perfect scouts for everything last year. It's not happening this year. Do we have outside linebacker and wide receiver? Outside linebacker and wide receiver. We're just not getting the combinations that we need. Damn. Yeah, it's just not happening. What did we have for outside linebacker? I need running back, DT, or safety. Please. Oh, no. This isn't working out well at all. Not a good start to this season. All right, there we go. Ian Sims. You can be the Northeast scout. So, yeah, not great. Not great. So, McElroy, you're going to the Central. Chloe Roy, you are off to the Southeast, or Chloe Ray, whatever the hell. Sims, you're going to the Northeast. Fitzy, you are off to the West. That means Ted Wilkerson is going to be our national scout. So, I don't think we'll get the best bit of scouting we've seen yet. Honestly, it might end up being our worst. So, it could put this draft into a bit of a weird spot for us. Let's take a look at weekly strategy here, then. Let's do it. And again, we will have the breakout on the defensive side of things to keep an eye on. The Saints are still running with Derek Carr as their quarterback. That is a choice, but fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Not going to worry about the mini games, of course, for the sake of time. We'll see what happens from there. All right, do we have any upgrade points before this game? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And it's Brian Shepard. He gets an upgrade before he even takes the field. We'll honestly make him a little bit better as a scrambler. Why not? I mean, he's pretty well-rounded. He does go up to a 67 overall. Again, for those that missed the draft last night, we accidentally took him 19th overall when I was going to trade down. Made a dumb mistake because I was tired. And now it leads to the meme of him being the starter. So, whew, it is Nollins. It is a new era for the Cardinals. Coach Glendale, ready to see the boys off to war. Eric Rainey and the Saints. Oof. Imagine he's an X Factor. You're going to have to imagine it because it's definitely not going to be reality. It is true that he's at least star dev, though.
Are you ready for some football? It's the Saints and the Cards, and it comes your way next.
He looks scared. Rondale Moore, wide receiver 1 this year. Number 5. Oh, there will never be intentional. He could be an X Factor. It was still a mistake. You know by the reaction it was a mistake. He was on our short list, but yeah, it was a mistake. All right, so again, we will sim to halftime and then check in on our boy Corbin and take it from there. As the Silent Hill horn plays before every goddamn game, apparently. Saints up 7-0 at the end of the first. 10-0, 10-7, 10-10, 10-10 at halftime. All right. All right, we're hanging in there. Ooh, looks like Williams already has a sack for loss. Or a sack or a tackle for loss. Shepard is 12 of 20, 151 yards with his first career touchdown, but also has thrown his first career interception. So defensively, it is a tackle for loss. Williams needs one more, or he's hurt. I don't even like this game. I don't even like this game. Never have. Never have. I don't even like this game. 17-all at the start of the fourth. We take the lead by 3. 49-yard field goal for Jake Elliott. Thank you, J Squared. Well, are we going to win our season opener? That is the question. The Saints are about ready to take over. They miss a 48-yard field goal. Oh, my God. Can the boys seal the deal? In his first career start, after a 42-yard touchdown pass to Johnny Murray, Brian Shepard is 1-0. 27-17 over the Saints. Brian Shepard gets it done.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone.
This game is ridiculous, isn't it? Brian Shepard.
And how many coaches tell us every single year you make your most progress between week
18 of 28, just under 250 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Outduels Derek Carr. And we are 1-0 in season 4. Our only win this year. It might just be. As Williams will not continue down that breakout path due to injury. I hate it here. Did say he was only out for the game, wasn't out long term. Oh, Corbin. I felt like I was poised for big things. You were, and then your body continues to fall apart. J Squared, first episode's up on the second channel. So yes. Yes, indeed. Again, anytime you see me play MLB, Madden, NBA, all that stuff is always up on the second channel. Just that way I don't have like 5 uploads a day from the main channel, you know? Don't worry about it, Josh. Hey, we got 1,000 XP for getting the win and 5 staff points. I'll take that. Staff points are very, very valuable currency. And we are off to week number 2 with a 1-0 record. How do you like that? Oh, look at that. The Angels lost in a game where Shohei Ohtani had a fucking grand slam. I hate the Angels so much. Imagine wasting that much talent. Imagine. Wasting Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout. I can't believe it. And they added at the deadline. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, I tell you. The Oilers of baseball, basically. Basically. All right, we are closing in on getting those extra training slots, which is great.
I'm just trying to walk through this fucking grass.
Shout out to Drizzle, or perhaps it's D-Rizzle. It could be. Could be. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. We are game planning to try to stop 96 overall Jalen Hurts. Cool. Dr. Izzles. Oh, it could be Dr. Izzles. You're right. What's the biggest thing in slowing him down? Limit the passing. Limit the passing if we can. If we can. We get extra man and zone coverage. I'm watching the Jays slowly but surely get what they deserve for having one of the worst offenses in the league. All right, the weekly strategy. Who we have? Again, Jalen Hurts and Jordan Davis. Very focused upon players. Oh, man. I can't believe we just won that game. That's insane. We are going to menu sim, though, for game 2, because it doesn't look like we have any reason to jump in. And we still, of course, don't believe that we're going to be an amazing team. But we'll see what's up. A lot of upgrade points after that first week. Second overall pick, Khalid Callahan, is now an 81 overall. Again, this kid's going to be something special. He is going to be something special. So excited. Cameron Walton at running back. Get him back to being a bit more even as a power back. Again, did have an X factor. No longer does. He does still have a superstar ability, though. Derek Ridley, the superstar level safety. Make him better. Now it's 79. Again, he went from normal dev to super. Oh my god, plus 4 man coverage. He went from normal to superstar out of fucking nowhere. It was amazing. Corbin Williams does still get an upgrade point despite failing the breakout. He is now a 79 overall. Not bad, Corbin. Matthew Hall. Ooh, Brian Shepard's got another point already. Matthew Hall. Still a 73, I do believe, technically. Gets better at run blocking, pass blocking power. We do have a decent defense, that's true. Owen Popo. Better as a power rusher, still a 71. Good to go. I mean, yeah, you're right. We'll get lit up this next game. It's Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. Mike Strickland, who we're trying to get a breakout for this year, to a 68. The UDFA, normal dev. We'll go to Dante. Actually, Dante Stills is just kind of there. So Shepard, already his second upgrade point. Jumps from a 67 to a 69. Let's go, baby. Plus 3 mid accuracy. Ryan Shepard already up to a 69. Here we are. Oh, the future is now. Kyler Murray gets traded. Our other quarterback that was supposed to replace Kyler gets hurt. And now it's time to get absolutely pooped on by the Philadelphia Eagles. We're going to menu sim, and again, we don't have a breakout. No reason to really jump into it right now. And we lose the game. Shocker. But we did put up 30 points. We lost 4. By the way, you mentioned a 50 burger. They gave up 49. 49 to 30. Hey, at least it wasn't like pure domination. It was just mostly domination, you know? But the fact it's like, oh, watch them put up 50 and then they put up 49 is goddamn hilarious. It's Jalen Hurts, I'm sure, just ripped us to shreds. How else would that have happened? It's always tough beating a team led by Jalen. Every loss hurts. -5 play recognition, as if our play recognition isn't actually that bad to begin with. Players ready to negotiate. Oh god, here we go. This is going to be a rough one. BJ Ojulari wants to leave at the end of the season. That sucks. Cole Lockhart, who's a younger running back that we brought in, he plans on leaving. So does Caleb Turner. Garrett Williams plans on leaving as J Squared drops the 5 gifted subs. J Squared, thank you for that. Appreciate you. I want some emote spam for J Squared. For supporting my face, supporting the channel, supporting the cause of yelling at this game all the time. Hope the money helps sign BJ. It won't. It won't. Johnny Murray's gonna want to leave. Oh my god, everyone wants to leave. Ron Johnson was on a 1-year deal. He's probably gonna want to leave. Yeah, we're in a bit of a rough spot. A lot of players that we signed, even if they're just filler, like these veterans here, do want out. Even Tyler Matthews, the fullback, is going to want out. That blows. Kurt Slater. Oh my God, it would have to be the 5th-year option for Kurt. He wants a $34 million signing bonus. What the fuck? All right. Okay. Well, really quickly, now that I know a lot of the younger guys that I signed as UDFAs are going to immediately want out. Oh God. That puts us in a bit of a tough position. Especially, like, I'm scared for the UDFA challenge if everybody I sign every year just wants to leave. Michael Wilson. Is there anything I can get for you? Probably not. Nope, there is an offer. Jaleel Dubois. Say Kearse. He's a bit younger and a bit worse. I mean, we might as well just keep Michael Wilson. That's fine. The big name that wants to leave that I'd like to keep is BJ Ojolari, but again, star dev for him. Could get Zay Tufele and Murray. And Murray would be the worst thing in the world. I mean, technically he's an equal. Addis, Cam Jurgens, Sean White is a running back, Otis Alden. Early thoughts Madden 24. It is Madden. I will say it every time without fail. How do you feel about Madden? It's Madden. Like, it's just this game, this franchise just is what it is at this point. There's no other way to put it. I don't think there's anything we could really get for BJ at this point, so screw it. We'll just use him and leave him at the end of the year. Or, you know, use him. We'll leave him at the end of the year. And by that, I mean he's going to leave us, but, you know, you try to frame it in a positive light. The regional scouting focuses. The forward focuses on the western side. It needs to be wide receivers with Larry Fitzgerald. Beautiful. In the central, it needed to be safeties anyway. That's good. In the northeast, it needed to be outside linebackers. That works for me. And in the southeast, it needed to be corners. Perfect. All right, so for the most part, the regional scouting focuses are still lined up pretty well. Not bad. Would hope Larry's a great scout for wideouts. Well, that's like saying you'd hope Wayne Gretzky is a good coach. That's right. I called Larry Fitzgerald the Wayne Gretzky of the NFL. You gonna tell me I'm wrong? You can't. He was on the cover of College Football 05. Brock Purdy. And the San Francisco 49ers. This is going to be a rough one. In fact, they're still in our division. They still have guys like Bosa. I think Fred Warner's still there. It's just, it's never going to be pretty. Never going to be pretty. Last thing to do is upgrade players again. And we'll sim week 3 and see how bad it gets. More upgrade points, though. Bryson Cook. You better as a pass protector. Larry's still better at football than a lot of us. Larry Fitzgerald is better at football than 99.9% of people who have walked the earth. All right, Cassidy Baker, new defensive lineman. Now a scheme fit as a power rusher, which is good. Let's do power moves, +1 awareness. Again, still hidden dev for the 21-year-old in Cassidy Baker. And then Lockhart was a UDFA. Tucker was the guy that we drafted. Make him better as power back. I'm also going to make George Tucker the second back option. We're going to reorganize the depth chart now that we know certain people want to leave, and it's not really worth trying to build them up. Because we can build them up just to have them walk away from us at the end of the year, which sucks. So we're going to be a little bit rude about things.